Namaste. Good morning, everyone. I want to welcome you all on behalf of the Kailash Foundation for joining us on our very first session studying the Mandukya Upanishad, led by the very esteemed Acharyaji that we have with us this morning. And without further ado, I would like to introduce Jayanta Kumar Panda, who is a Sanskrit scholar specializing in the Navya Nyaya Darshan at Sri Lal Bahadur Shastri National Sanskrit University in New Delhi. Coming from a deeply rooted Sanskrit family, he was greatly inspired by his father, the late Sri Gajendra Kumar Panda, a presidential awardee and respected Sanskrit scholar himself. Since 2020, Jayanta Kumar Panda has been a Sanskrit educator on various social media platforms under the name The Sanskrit Acharya. I'm sure many of us here are familiar with. Through his platforms, he has shared over 400 videos explaining Sanskrit shlokas and subhashitams from classical texts such as the Ramayanam, Mahabharatam, Janakya Niti, Vidur Niti, Bhagavad Gita, Ashtavakra Gita, and various other Shastric sources. He also teaches spoken Sanskrit, Tark Sangraha, Kalidas, Raghuvamsam, and the Bhagavad Gita as well. And he is tremendously dedicated to making Sanskrit and traditional Indian knowledge systems accessible to contemporary audiences. So again, I want to welcome all of you to the very first session of the Mandukya Upanishad study that we're going to be starting today. And of course, we're also very grateful to Acharyaji for leading us, for guiding us in today's session, and also for the rest of the month. So without further ado, I will hand it over to Acharyaji to start the session.
Dhanyavadam, Malaji. Namaste. Namaskaram to all of you who have joined today. And it is a pleasure to be in front of all of you and to talk about Mandukya Upanishad, which is one of the most philosophical Upanishads that we have in our Indian knowledge systems. So I guess everybody has the PDF of the Shastra, of the text. Malaji or Aparnaji, if you can confirm. Yes, I think everybody is telling that they have the text. Yes. Good. So let us begin with the Mangala Charanam, the Mangala Shloka that is in your PDF in the beginning. I will recite the Mangalam and I will wait for all of you to repeat after me. भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवांसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. It is our tradition, our Indian tradition, our Vedic tradition to chant a Mangala shloka, to do Mangalam in the beginning of anything that is auspicious. When we buy a new home, when we buy a new office, in the beginning we do Gruha Pravesham or office Pravesham, right? So we do Mangalam. So before eating also we pray, right? We chant a shloka. So that is our Indian tradition. That is our Vedic tradition to do a Mangala Charanam, to chant a Mangala Shloka in the beginning of anything good, anything auspicious. So basically, there are three types of Mangalam. In our Vedic tradition, in our Sanskrit Indian tradition, we have three types of Mangalam that we can do in the beginning of any auspicious thing that we begin. The first is Namaskaratmakam Mangalam. The name suggests what it is a kind of. Namaskaratmakam means in which we do namaskaram, in which we just bow down in front of the Bhagavan, the God, right? It can be any deity, it can be Krishna, it can be Rama, it can be Shiva, it can be any form of the God, right? So if we bow down to that particular God in the beginning, that is Namaskaratmakam Mangalam. The second one is Ashirvadatmakam Mangalam. So Ashirvadatmakam, also the name suggests that it is for giving or providing Ashirvad. It is requesting the God to give Ashirvad, to give blessings to the readers, to others, to ourselves, right? And the third one is Vastu Nirdeshatmakam. In Vastu Nirdeshatmakam Mangalam, we do not particularly see any word in that Mangalam regarding any Namaskaram or Ashirvadam. We just begin the text, but in that text, there are some words that are related to something divine, like the river Ganga is divine. So a mention of probably a river Ganga is there, or the mention of Kailash Parvat or any Himalayan Parvatam is there. So anything that is divine mentioned, so that also makes it a Mangalacharanam. So here, the Mangalam that we did was Ashirvadatmakam Mangalam. We are praying to different gods to bless us with different things. And because we are beginning to learn Mandukya Upanishad, which is connected to Atharva Veda. This Mangalam that we did is from Atharva Veda. I hope I'm audible to everybody. Yes, if you can let me know in the chat. Okay, there are no disturbances, right? Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. So, because this Mangalam is connected to the Atharva Veda, we in this Mangalam, we are actually praying to learn properly. We are now starting to learn an Upanishad. It is the shortest Upanishad of all, Mandukya Upanishad. It has only 12 mantras. So first of all, let us understand the word Upanishad itself. What does the word Upanishad mean? The word Upanishad here means to sit with a knowledgeable guru and gain knowledge from that guru. That is simply the meaning of the word Upanishad, is to sit with a guru peacefully, blissfully, and to learn a particular subject, most probably Vedas, from that guru. Uh, So that is Upanishad. So therefore, before we start the learning of Upanishad, we are doing this Mangalam, which also is a prayer that may we listen nicely. Ah, the first line is Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Devaha. Hey Devaha, O gods, ah, let us listen through our ears properly, nicely. Many times we are in a classroom or we are listening to somebody, but sometimes we are distracted somewhere else and we are not able to grasp whatever has been said. So we are not being good listeners there, are we? Ah. So that's why the first line itself focuses on listening properly. The art of listening is very much important and it is given the first priority while learning. And that is why it is said, Om Bhadram Karnebhihi Shrunuyama Devaha. Hey Devaha, let us, may we hear what is auspicious with our ears. Bhadram Shrunuyamaha. Bhadram is auspicious. We listen to a lot of things in the world which are not auspicious, right? But we want to listen what is auspicious. Our mind, our heart wants to listen what is auspicious, what is good. So this is the prayer. This is the first line of the prayer. Om Bhadram Karnebhihi Shrunayama Devaha. Let us listen what is auspicious through our ears. Bhadram Pashye Makshabhir Yajatraha. Bhadram, again the word repeats here. Bhadram, that is auspicious. Pashyema, Pashyema is to see. Let us see, or may we see what is auspicious, what is worthy. O worshipful gods, may we see what is auspicious through our eyes. Akshabhi, Akshabhi means through our eyes, let us see. First we listen and then we see. Usually we think that among all our five senses, our eyes are the main. But no, while learning, our ears are the main, the most important. First, we listen to our guru. First, we listen what our guru has to say, what he has to teach, what he has to explain to us. And then we see that in the practical world. And we are able to see through the guru's eyes, right? And that is why in the second line, it is said that may we see what is auspicious through our eyes. Sthirairangaistustuvang Sthiraihi angaihi. This is a very important thing. While learning, all our anga is the body parts, right? The external body parts, the internal body parts, may they be sthira. Sthira is to be stable. We need stability to learn. Sthiraihi angaihi. With the stability in our angas, let us understand everything that our Guru is teaching us. Sthiraihi angaihi stuštuvang sastunubhihi. With steady limbs and healthy bodies, praising the gods. Vyashema devahitam yadayuhu. Vyashema devahitam yat ayuhu. Ayuhu is age, our lifespan. So may we live the full lifespan of our life allotted by the devaha, by the gods. Vyashema devahitam yadayuhu. Devahitam means beneficial by the gods. May our life become beneficial to others by the gods. And then we have four lines of um praying to some specific gods about some specifics. We have Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravaha. Swasti Naha Indraha Vruddhashravaha. Here clearly we are praying to Indra to bless us with well-being. Which Indra are we talking to? The Indra who is Vruddhashravaha. Vruddhashravaha means who has great fame because he is the king of the gods, right? Devaraja Indra. So may he grant us well-being. Swasti naha Indro Vruddhashravaha. Swasti naha Pusha Vishwavedaha. Another god here is talked about is Pusha. And may he, Pusha, who is Vishwavedaha, who is the knower of everything that is to be known in this world. He is Sarvavida, he is Vishwavida. So that Vishwavida Pusha, he also may bless us for our well-being. Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha, Swasti na Starkshyo Arishtanemihi. Swasti na Tarkshyah Arishtanemihi. Tarkshya is Garuda, the vehicle of Vishnuji, right? Garuda. So Swastinaha, he also may give a swasti, that is welfare or well-being. Swastina Tarakshaha Arishtanemihi. What kind of Tarakshaha or what kind of Garuda is that? So he is Arishtanemihi. Arishtanemihi means somebody who is unharmed or unbroken, who cannot be harmed by anybody, who is the protector of misfortune, right? He doesn't let anything misfortune happen to you, unfortunate happen to you. So that particular Tarakshaha Garuda, may he bless us with well-being. Swasti Nastaraksho Arishtanemihi Swasti na Bruhaspatir Dadhatu. Swasti no Bruhaspatir Dadhatu. Bruhaspati, we all know about Bruhaspati. So that Bruhaspati also may give us welfare. He may grant us well-being. Swasti no Bruhaspatir Dadhatu. Dadhatu means to grant, right? So after the ending of these four lines, the verb, the Kriya Padam, Dadhatu, is given here, which is applicable to all the four lines. Swastihi Dadhatu. Swastihi Dadhatu. Dadhatu means to grant. To grant. So may these four Devaha grant us with blessings, with well-being. So that is the meaning of this entire Mangalam, the two mantras that we did in the beginning. So let us chant that again quickly. Oh. भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवांसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु. So this is the Mangalam that we did in the beginning of learning of the Mandukya Upanishad that we will be studying the whole month of March. Although it is the smallest one, but still we will doing this the whole month, right, in detail. So with this prayer, let us all begin the Mandukya Upanishad, which is also connected to Atharva Veda. So in the beginning of this Mangalam itself, we chanted Om. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shriyama Devaha. You might have heard the chanting of Om in the beginning of most of the Vedic mantras. So the sound of Om is a very universal sound. And in Mandukya Upanishad, we are mainly focusing on this particular sound, Omkar. Whenever we use the word kar in the post any word, that means the sound of it, the pronunciation of it. Like akar means the pronunciation of the letter a. Makar is the pronunciation or the sound of the letter ma. In the similar way, omkar is the pronunciation. It is the sound of Om. So throughout this Mandukya Upanishad, we will understand that Om is everything that exists. Om is the only thing that exists and nothing else. So Om has three sounds here. The sound of Om consists of three sounds. The alphabet A, the alphabet U, and the alphabet M. Akar, Ukar, Makarascha. When we join these three alphabets, it becomes Om. And the sound of Om is everywhere. And it is everything. That is why the first mantra, if you all, I hope everybody has the PDF. So we will directly go to the first mantra of the Mandukya Upanishad, which begins with the sound of Om. And it does not just begin with the sound of Om just for a formality, but it is the explanation of Om in the first mantra itself. Because the Mandukya Upanishad is the shortest Upanishad that we have, that is why in Mandukya Upanishad, we directly jump onto the subject without any small talk. So the first mantra itself says, Om ityetadaksharamidam sarvam. The first part of the mantra says, Om ityetadaksharam idam sarvam. Om iti etad aksharam idam sarvam. Idam sarvam. Idam sarvam means all of this. Idam sarvam. Sarvam means all. Idam means this. All of this. All of this means all of this that you see, that you experience, that you live in. All of this is Om. Iti etad aksharam. This particular alphabet is everything. Om iti etad aksharam idam sarvam. Tasyopavyakyanam bhutam bhavat bhavishyaditi sarvam omkara eva. Tasyopavyakyanam. Tasyopavyakyanam means the explanation of this. Tasyopavyakyanam. The explanation of what? Of the previous saying that Om ityedadaksharam idam sarvam. Right? In the mantra itself, something is stated and something is explained. That particular thing is explained, whatever is stated in the beginning. So in the beginning, it is stated Om iti etad aksharam sarvam. Om, this aksharam idam, this particular alphabet, this particular sound, this particular pronunciation is everything that is. Tasyopavyakyanam, what does it mean? The explanation for this is Bhutam Bhavat Bhavishyaditi. Bhutam, that means past. Bhavat is present, and Bhavishyat is the future. That means whatever existed before this moment, everything that existed before this moment, everything that exists now in the present, and everything that is going to exist in the future, everything is Omkara. Sarvam Omkara eva. Everything is Omkara. Omkara means the sound of Om, the pronunciation of Om. Om ityetad aksharam idam sarvam. Om, this alphabet is everything that exists. Tasyopavyakyanam, everything that exists. That means, what is the explanation of this? So bhutam bhavat bhavishyaditi, whatever is bhutam, whatever is the past, bhavat, whatever is the present, whatever exists now, and bhavishyaditi, whatever will exist in the future, in the coming times, in the upcoming times. Sarvam Omkara eva, everything is Omkara. Ah. Yat chanyat, the sandhi is there. Those who have learnt Sanskrit in their school times would remember sandhi. Uh, Sandhi is uh, the addition of two or more than two words. That is sandhi. So the sandhi is done here. Yat chanyat, yat cha anyat. Whatever is anyat, anyat means other than this. Other than what? Other than the bhutam, bhavat, and bhavishyat. Means everything that is beyond time. Bhutam, bhavat, bhavishyat is something that is in the time, right? Something that existed in the past, something that exists currently in the present, and something that will exist in the future. That is still everything in time. All of that is Omkara eva. All of that is Omkar, the sound of Om. But whatever exists beyond time, that is also Om. Yat chanyat, yat cha anyat, whatever is different than this or other than this, that means something that exists beyond these three specifications of time, bhutam, bhavat, and bhavishyat. Trikalatitam, the word is given here. Yat chanyat, trikalatitam, trikala atitam, something that is beyond these three aspects of time. Trikala, atita. Atita means beyond. Of these three types of kala, three types of time that we humans have created through our brains, right? Time actually is only one, something that is currently uh, here, right? But due to our vyavahara, due to our conversation, right, the usage of time is there as something that is past, something is that is future, but actually past and future does not exist, right? It's only present. Past is just a memory, and future is just our hope. uh, so something that does not exist. What exists is this present time, right? But still, something that existed, right, which is now a memory, that is also Om, something that exists now, here, in this present tense, right? That is also Omkara. And something that will exist in the future, that is also Omkara. And something that is beyond all of these three aspects of time, something that is beyond time, Trikalatitam, that is also Omkara. Tadapyonkara eva. Yachanyat Trikalatitam Tadapyonkara eva. Tad api Onkara eva, that also is Omkara only. Eva. You have to give emphasis on the word eva. In the previous line also, Sarvam Onkar Eva. In the last line also, Tadapyonkara Eva. Eva means only, one and only, nothing else. That is the only existence, and nothing else exists. And what exists is Onkara Eva, only Onkar. And that means you, me, we all are just Onkara. Everybody is Onkara. This Mandukya Upanishad is the best way to understand Vedanta, especially the Advaita Vedanta, the Vedanta which has been given by Adi Guru Shankaracharya, Advaita Vedanta. Mandukya Upanishad is the best way to understand the Advaita Vedanta. Advaita Vedanta also talks about this. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Everything that exists is just Brahma. And in the next shloka, in the next mantra, there is a difference between shloka and mantra. Everything that is in the Vedas, every poetic meter that is in the Vedas or Upanishads are called mantras. And apart from that, everything is shloka, that is written by any person, any human, that is shloka. Everything that is not written by by a human being is mantra. So in the next mantra, we will understand how the Omkar that we is talking about, the Omkara that we are talking about is actually Brahma. Brahma is the only consciousness that exists, and that consciousness itself is Omkar. I hope this the first mantra is clear to all. Let us chant the first mantra. Because we just understood the first mantra, we did not chant the first mantra. So let us focus on chanting the first mantra. Okay. So I will chant the mantra in parts and wait for all of you to repeat after me. Okay. Omityetadaksharamidam sarvam Omityetadaksharamidam sarvam tasyopavyakhyanam tasyopavyakhyanam भूतं भवत् भविष्यदिति भूतं भवत् भविष्यदिति सर्वमोङ्कार एव यच्चान्यत् यच्चान्यत् त्रिकालातीतं त्रिकालातीतं तदप्योङ्कार एव तदप्योङ्कार एव Good. So in Samskrita mantras and shlokas, and in normal conversation also, it is very, very, very much important that we try to pronounce every alphabet as correctly as possible. Uh, so wherever there is a raswa e, that is the small e on the left side, we pronounce it short. Whenever there is a dirgha e on the right side, we pronounce a little longer, right? So it is very much important to pronounce it very correctly. So it will be beneficial to us all. I see there are many questions here, but it will be better if I uh, attend to the questions later. Yes. Okay. So in the first mantra, we understood that everything is Omkar. Everything that exists in time, everything that exists beyond time, everything that simply exists is Omkar, right? Somebody has asked the question, what is beyond the three periods of time? We don't know because we don't exist there, but something might be there, right? So basically, Brahma is beyond time, something that does not perishes, right? Something that does not get destroyed is beyond time, because anything that has been created, it is created at some point of time, and it will definitely get destroyed at some point of time. In the middle, it exists, right? So everything that is created, everything that has changes, that has parivartanam in it, is in the time, right? We experience time through the changes, through the parivartanam that we see around us, right? A child that was uh, just born, in 10 years, that child will look very different. In another 10 years, that boy or girl will look very different from what it looked in the beginning, right? So through these changes, through this parivartanam, we understand the concept of time. So everything that exists within time experiences changes. It has changes in it, and it is created at some point of time, and it will get destroyed at some point of time. So something that does not get destroyed, something that is not created, not destroyed, something that does not have any changes in it, is actually beyond time, right? So we can understand that atoms, right? Anu, Parmanu, atoms, they cannot be created, they cannot be destroyed, they cannot be changed, right? No parivartanam in that. Sometimes they come together to bond and make something, but then again they go back to their own reality, their own um, originality that they had, right? So basically, across the timeline, there is no change, and that is why the atoms are beyond time. Atma is beyond time. Atma does not have any changes, right? Sometimes it is connected to a body through life. Sometimes it gets disconnected from the body, right? But beyond time, Atma exists. Beyond time, Paramanu exists, right? So all of these things are beyond time. Is it mandatory to get Diksha from a guru to say Om? No, not at all. Om exists before your gurus. Om is everywhere. It exists everywhere. It is before your guru. Om is your guru. You are Om. Everything is Om. Right? That is what we understood in the first mantra. Everything that exists is Om. And if that is the only thing that exists, how can we how do we wait for something to happen to experience that? No, we can just experience that as it is, right? Okay, let us move on to the second mantra. Sarvam hetad brahmayamatma brahma soyamatma chatushpat. Ah. Sarvam hetad brahma ayamatma brahma soyamatma chatushpat. Sarvam hetad brahma. Sarvam hi etat brahma. There is sandhi everywhere. Those who have been tortured in the school in the name of Sanskrit with Rama, 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 they will remember the sandhi rules, right? So, after disjoining the sandhis, we get Sarvam, He, Etad, Brahma, Ayam, Atma, Brahma, Saha, Ayam, Atma, Chatushpat. Okay, so these are the words here. Sarvam hi, sarvam, that means everything, all. Sarvam hi, etat, etat means this, everything, this, all of this. Sarvam hi etat Brahma, all of this is Brahma. So in the previous mantra, we understood all of this is Omkar. And now we are understanding all of this is Brahma, right? If A equals B and B equals C, that means A equals C. We remember the maths, right? So if Sarvam is Omkar and Sarvam is Brahma, that means Omkar is Brahma. And through the Vakya of Advaita Vedanta, that Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, we can understand that Brahma is the only thing that exists. And anything apart from that does not exist, right? Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. So here also in Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, that does not mean that every other thing does not exist. It just means that every other thing is temporary and is not really that important. Something that is permanent should be important, right? And only Brahma is important. And that Brahma is Omkar. Sarvam hi etad Brahma. All of this is Brahma. Ayam Atma Brahma. Ayam Atma Brahma. This is one of the four Mahavakyas of Vedanta. Ayam Atma Brahma. You might have heard Aham Brahmasmi, Prajnanam Brahma, Ayam Atma Brahma, and Tattvamasi. These are the four Mahavakyas of Vedanta that you will get in different Upanishads, right? Tattvamasi comes from Chandogya Upanishad. Aham Brahmasmi comes from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Prajnanam Brahma comes from Aitareya Upanishad, and Ayam Atma Brahma is here itself in Mandukya Upanishad. All of this basically means the same. Tat Tvamasi. Tat, that. Tvam, you. Asi, are. That you are. You are that. You are what? You are that Brahma. You are that Omkar. Tat Tvam Asi. This is in Chandogya Upanishad. In Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, it is said, Aham Brahmasmi. It cannot get any more straightforward than this, right? Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahma. It does not mean I am God. No. The meaning of Brahma is very different from God. The meaning of Brahma is just something that exists. Everything that exists is Brahma. Everything that exists is Omkara. And you are that Omkara. You are that Brahma. I am that Brahma. Aham Brahma Asmi. Aham Brahmasmi. Tattvamasi. Aham Brahmasmi. Then we have Prajnanam Brahma. In Aitareya Upanishad, the third Mahavakya is there. Prajnanam Brahma. What is Brahma? Brahma is Prajnanam. Prajnanam means awareness. What is your own self? What is Atma? Atma is simply the bearer of knowledge. When we know something, when we are aware of something, when we are informed about something. Right now, whatever I'm talking, whatever I'm saying, I'm speaking, all of you are listening to it through your this instrument, not the earphones, but the ears, right? This instrument, this is uh, your shrotra. Hmm. Shrotrendriya. We have five instruments of knowledge, right? The five senses: Chakshurendriya, Shrotrendriya, Rasanendriya, Ghanendriya, and Tvagindriya, the skin, right? These are the five instruments of getting knowledge, of getting information. Beyond this, we cannot get any information about anything that is around us, right? So these are the instruments of knowledge. So because this knowledge is there and we are understanding it, Atma can be understood by this. Your Brahma can be understood by this. So Prajnanam Brahma is said. Awareness is Brahma. Ah. So to understand Brahma, you have to be aware. And the last is Ayam Atma Brahma from this Mandukya Upanishad. The fourth Mahavakya is there here itself in the second mantra of Mandukya Upanishad. Ayam Atma Brahma. This Atma itself is Brahma. Ayam Atma Brahma. Sarvam Hyetat Brahma. Ayam Atma Brahma. Sarvam Hyetat Brahma. Everything that is Brahma. Ayam Atma Brahma. This Atma is Brahma. That means this Atma itself is everything. Everything is Omkar, everything is Brahma, everything is this Atma, this one consciousness that exists through all of us, through everything that exists. This one consciousness, one Atma, one Brahma, one Omkar. That is the only thing that is. Sarvam hi etad Brahma, ayam Atma Brahma, soyam Atma Chatushpat, saha ayam Atma Chatushpat. That Atma is Chatushpat. Chatushpat means is in four states, has four aspects. Chatushpat. We will understand these four aspects in the next session, that is tomorrow. But you have to understand until here that everything that exists is Omkar. Everything that exists in time, in past, present, and future, everything that is Omkar. Everything that is beyond time is also Omkar. And everything is Brahma. All of this Omkar is basically Brahma. It is called by different names, but basically it is the same thing. That Omkar itself is Brahma, and that Brahma itself is this Atma. I am Atma Brahma. And this particular Atma, Soyam Atma, Saha Ayam Atma, that this Atma is Chatushpat. It is of four states. The four states that we experience in our life is the Jagrata Avastha, Swapna Avastha, the Sushupti Avastha, and Turiya Avastha. The first three are very common and it is experienced by all of you. Jagrata, Swapna, and Sushupti. Jagrata means the waking state in which we are awake. Right now, I hope all of you are awake and I have not bored you enough that you will be in Sushupti Avastha or Swapna Avastha. So this is the waking state. Right now, all of you are awake. What does being awake mean? Being awake means to experience the outer world with the outer senses, the five indriyas that we have, right? The chakshurendriya, shrotrendriya, ghanendriya, rasanendriya, and twagendriya. So through these five indriyas, if you are experiencing and you know, you are aware that you are experiencing it, then that is Jagrat Avastha, the waking state. The second one is the Swapna Avastha, the dream state, where you are dreaming, you are hallucinating, your mind itself is creating another world inside your brain, which is not real in the waking state, but in the dream, it is real. Whenever we are in the dream state, we think everything is real, whatever is happening. And that is only after we wake up, we understand that everything that we experienced in the dream state was not real, right? So that is the dream state where your internal world is created through your mind. Then we have the third state, that is Sushupti. Sushupti is the deep sleep state where we do not experience anything in the outer world through our senses, and also we do not experience anything in the internal world. All of this experiencing and understanding does not exist, right? And then there is the final state, the last state, that is Turiya, that is also called as Samadhi by some people, right? So all these four stages is what this Atma is based upon. That is why it is said in the ending of the second mantra, Soyam Atma Chatushpad. This Atma has four aspects to it. It experiences four states of existence, because Atma is the only thing that exists, right? Atma, that is Brahma, that is also Omkara. I'm sorry. Atma, that is Brahma, that is also Omkara, is the only thing that exists. And it exists in four different states. That is Jagrata, Swapna, Sushupti, and Turiya. So in the upcoming sessions, we will be understanding what these states are, and we will understand more of this Mandukya Upanishad. And I hope I I was not just yapping anything, and I actually made sense, and it was beneficial for all of you that joined this first session of Mandukya Upanishad. And I hope that all of you, while learning this Mandukya Upanishad, uh, because we are doing this only on weekends, I hope that all of you, by the end of the month, would have understood the Mandukya Upanishad very nicely, and also memorize a few mantras, right? If you can do all the mantras of Mandukya Upanishad, because only 12 mantras are there. So if you can do everything, that's great. But as we progress, let us try to memorize the mantras that we do in that particular class. Like today, we have done the Mangalam, the first mantra and the second mantra. So let us try to memorize these mantras. And throughout the week, let us also think about it. Because Shastra, understanding the Shastra is about three things: Shravanam, Mananam, and Nididhyasanam. Right? Like in the beginning of the Mangala mantra, we understood that the first thing that we have to do is to listen to our Guru properly. So that is the first thing, Shravanam. Then the second thing, Mananam. Mananam means to think about it, to understand properly, to think about it. After listening, we think about it. And then we do Nididhyasanam. Nididhyasanam means to talk about it. When we talk about it, we understand more and more and more of it. So let us do all of these things throughout the week, right? We are only learning on weekends, but the other 5 days also, I hope all of you will be thinking about this and talking about this with your friends, with your families, and through this uh, we would have understood the whole of this Upanishad by the end of the month. Dhanyavadam, Malaji.
Yes. Thank you so much. I did not realize just the first two mantras would be that detailed. So, yeah, I think we've definitely got a lot to think about over the next 24 hours before the next session. And
Yes.
so we do have a few questions that did come in. Actually, one that I was wondering, the difference between mantra and shloka. How do we tell the difference, or how do we identify which is which? I think you can you try unmuting yourself? Yeah, it looks like your mic is mute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. For a second there, I could not unmute myself. Okay. So you were asking the difference between mantra and shloka.
Yes.
Yeah. So the basic difference between mantra and shloka, mantra, uh, basically the Vedas and the Upanishads that are connected to Vedas, right? So in our Indian our Sanatana Dharma, we can say our Indian system, Indian knowledge system, we believe that these Vedas are not man-made, because initially the Vedas were just sounds that were heard by the rishis, and
Mm-hmm.
later on those mantras, the entire Vedas were taught in the Gurukul system only by reciting, and the chhatras, the students would just listen to it, and they would also recite it. There was no writing system.
Right.
The Vedas were written recently, just a few thousand years ago,
Okay.
right?
Right. Yeah.
So Vedas are also known as Shruti. That is why Vedas are also known as Shruti. Shruti means something that you listen to. So the
Mm-hmm.
another name of Vedas is Shruti. So those mantras of the Vedas, because they are not man-made, they are called apaurushaya, right? They are not man-made. They are just a sound that were heard by the rishis. That is why they are called mantras. And shlokas are the poems or the text written in poetic meters that are created by humans, by the kavis,
Okay.
like Kalidasa or
Mm-hmm.
Bhasa or Bharavi or Vedavyasa even. The shlokas in Mahabharatam, the Bhagavad Gita or Ramayanam, those are shlokas. Those are not mantras,
Mm-hmm.
because those texts have a creator, a writer, a kavi, right? Because
Okay.
Valmiki ji has created Ramayanam. Valmiki ji was a person.
Right.
Veda Vyasa has created the shlokas of the entire Mahabharatam, although it is a very huge text, but that is created by Veda Vyasa ji, and we know him that a person existed like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why the text, the poetic meters written by him, is basically shlokas. They are called
Shlok.
shlokas, not
Right.
mantras. Mantras are only found in Vedas and Upanishads.
Right. Okay. I think I follow. I'm just gonna check if there's any follow up in regards to that specifically. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna see what other questions we had coming in. Okay. This might be a little loaded, but we can try. What is beyond the 3 periods of time?
I think that I already explained that
Okay.
that
Oh, right. I think you did touch on that.
something that is not created, something that is not destroyed,
Mm-hmm.
something that does not go through changes is beyond time.
Okay.
That is our the Atma, or Brahma as we call it, or as Omkar we call it here in Mandukya Upanishad. Omkar,
Right.
Brahma, Atma, all of this is same. This is beyond time
Right.
because it is not created, it does not get destroyed, it does not have any changes. And the atoms that are there, right, they are not
Right.
created, not destroyed. Energy is another thing. Energy is not created, it is
Mm-hmm.
just transferred, right? So
That's right.
that is also beyond time.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So there, I'm going to read a couple of comments here. So someone wrote, "We always try to grasp existence of the divine by associating them to our physical realm and our limiting experiences. And because of that, we, or rather I, am not able to completely grasp the existence of something beyond these limitations. How can I grow, and what meditations can I practice to understand the concepts of the divine?"
Right now, currently, the only thing I can say is just focus on chanting Om. That is the greatest mantra that can ever exist because there is nothing beyond Om. As we understood here in
Mm-hmm.
the first mantra of Mandukya Upanishad itself, Om is the greatest mantra that can ever be there. And
And
it is
there's
the
no
easiest
diksha
one
required.
also.
Right.
No Diksha required.
Yeah.
Yes.
As you mentioned.
You
Yeah.
can just sit and meditate and do the Om pranayam also, right?
Right.
You just say Om.
Okay. Well,
That is
that
the
answers
best
that.
practice and meditation you can do
Okay. All right. So
because
that
this
answers.
is something that takes you through all the states of your existence, that is Jagrata, Swapna,
Mm-hmm.
and Sushupti and Turiya,
Mm-hmm.
right?
And when we chant Om,
And
should we? Is it to be done in the A Uma segments or just straight Om?
Uma is already there.
Okay. So we don't have to
You don't
necessarily
have to you
enunciate.
don't have to make it separately, right?
Right.
You don't have to chant it separately. You don't have to go then oo, then ma.
Okay.
No needed.
Okay.
We are only separating it to understand it. We are
Okay.
only dissecting it to understand what is in there.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have to chant it separately. We chant it Om itself.
Okay. Okay. That's
Yes.
probably coming from things that I've seen on YouTube. So, pardon my silly question. Okay, I think one last one here. If we consider scientific theories like abiogenesis and the evolution of human cognition, could it be that spiritual texts such as the Upanishads are products of human intellectual evolution, our attempt to understand and give meaning to existence? Yet, even if that were the case, does it necessarily say anything definitive about the actual existence or non existence of God?
Here in Mandukya, I will only particularly talk about Mandukya Upanishad here because that is what we are here for. So here in Mandukya Upanishad, because this Upanishad is directly connected to Atharva Veda and also uh, many ideas of Advaita Vedanta is derived from this Upanishad, this particular Upanishad. I will say that God does not exist apart from Brahma. There are other names of God that are connected to Brahma and Atma. We just add par to it.
Mm-hmm.
We say Paramatma. There is Atma, there is Paramatma, the higher consciousness. There is Brahma, and there is Parabrahma. So basically, God is another consciousness just like us. It is the higher consciousness, and we can reach to become that. Brahma can reach on the state of Parabrahma. Atma can reach the state of Paramatma.
Mm.
This may sound very egoistic or wrong to some people who will probably not understand what I'm trying to say here. I'm not trying to say that I'm God. Aham
Right.
Brahmasmi does not mean I'm God. But we are all the part of the same consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
It is like uh, when you go to when you go inside a sea, an ocean, a vast ocean is there. A vast Indian Ocean or Pacific Ocean, any kind of ocean, vast ocean is there. There's plenty of water, and you take a drop of the water and you just drop it again back to the ocean. That drop of water is our consciousness,
Right.
and the vast ocean is the Parabrahma, is God. We are basically the part of that particular ocean only. Sometimes for a fraction of seconds for Brahmaji or for other creators, for that fraction of second we get an individuality. Right now we are having our own individualities, and that is why we think I am different, you are different. Here Malaji is different, or Aparna ji is different, or any other person is different. We think, we feel that we are all different, but basically we are the part of the same ocean.
Right.
Two drops of water are not different from each other. Those two drops of water are the part of the same ocean. Similarly, the two different atmas that we talking about, basically it is the same big spiritual consciousness.
Okay.
So God
Yeah.
does not exist apart from ourselves.
That makes sense.
Parabrahma is also Brahma. Paramatma is also Atma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. No, you put it beautifully. Yeah, that's quite a spot on analogy, I would have to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that brings us to the end of our questions. Um, so we'll meet again tomorrow, same time. And of course, again, just want to welcome everyone on behalf of the Kailash Foundation, and huge thank you to the Sanskrit Acharya, Jayanta Kumar Pandaji, for leading us in today's session, and
Dhanyawad.
for the remaining month as well. It will be held at the same time as today, and so 9 a.m. IST, and it'll be the same link as well. So everyone just follow the same link that you logged on with this morning. Um, yeah, same link, same time, and we'll meet you again, everyone, tomorrow. And just want to remind everyone for more information about the foundation, you can check us out on the www.galash-foundation.org for more information, and also visit us on our Instagram and Sanskrit Acharya as well, at the Sanskrit Acharya for his information as well. So I think that brings us to the end of today's session, and we will see you all again tomorrow, same time, same link. Look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Ram. Have a wonderful morning.